Unhappiness is caused by too many thoughts. Happiness does not decrease by giving it away. Love is giving your deepest soul to another person. People live by love. Be sincere with the other person. Do it with all your heart. True love is born of understanding. A wise person is not a wise person because he is good at talking, but a truly wise person is a peaceful and loving person. Don't think too deeply. The biggest cause of unhappiness is thinking too much. The weak are vengeful, and the strong are forgiving. But wise people don't care. Happiness is a feeling that a person who does not know how to appreciate what he has can never feel. He depends only on himself whether he will lead a healthy life or whether he will suffer from disease. Be content with small things and don't be impatient. Be discreet and humble, and do not cling to those close to you. You have no control over how others feel about you. So don't try to change, just live your life and be happy. Don't be afraid of what will happen and don't rely on it. If you don't have fear, you can be at peace. Everything is ephemeral, so don't be lazy and work diligently. What was there passes away and what was not returns. Everything we do happens with our thoughts. Only our thoughts can make us. Life is not about waiting for the storm to pass, but about dancing in the rain. The world is full of death and decay, and many people suffer. However, the wise man realizes the nature of the world and does not worry about it. Just as drop by drop fills a puddle, a wise person collects it little by little and fills it with good things. Those who live wisely are not afraid of death. Nothing compares to the enlightened one more than any precious jewel in the heavenly world. Work hard on what you have to do today. Who knows, it is a person's life that he may die tomorrow. A moment can change a day can change a life. Resistance to change is just too painful. Nothing remains unchanged. Be patient. Everything comes to you in the end at the right time. Nothing lasts forever. Endure the pain and overcome it. And doubt when the circumstances are favorable. If you can overcome yourself, you will win in reality. Don't tell people your plans, show them the results. Also, don't be quick to act just because you heard something. Think deeply about whether that is true, and act boldly when the reason is clear. There are only two mistakes that can be made on the road to truth. Not going to the end and not even starting. No one is born inferior, and no one is born superior. After you are born into the world, everything is determined by your own choices and attitudes. If you can't control your mind will control you. It is the human eye that shakes, and the human hand that draws the bowstring. It is the human heart that doubts whether or not it can hit. But remember that the target is always in place. Our lives are formed in our minds. Kindness should be a natural way of life. Radiate infinite kindness and love towards the world. Nothing exists completely alone. Everything is related to everything else. Just as a mother sacrifices her life to protect her only son, she must develop an infinite love for all beings. Act as if it were your last, be faithful. All things are based on the mind, guided by the mind, and shaped by the mind, so speak or act with a clear mind. We must learn to embrace all beings, regardless of whether they are rich or poor. Everyone has their own pain. When you realize how perfect everything is, you'll throw your head back and laugh at the sky. Even though there is no distinction between left and right in the sky, people create prejudices in their minds. I believe that the prejudice and prejudice are true. One spring day, the disciple asked after seeing a tree branch swaying in the wind, "Are the branches moving by themselves or the wind moving?" The master smiled and replied without even looking at what the student was pointing at. It is not the tree branches that move, nor the wind, but the movement of your heart watching. We spend a lot of time in our lives comparing ourselves to others. Comparison with others makes us anxious. Just as no one compares the sun to the moon, we shouldn't compare our lives to others. Each person has a different time of flowering. And in due time, everyone is supposed to shine. Just like the Buddha said not to depend on anyone else, you should focus on your own heart rather than the story of others. I have to listen to what my heart wants and what my heart says. Also, for happiness, I have to change my mind, not the current situation. From the words of the Buddha.